Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and we're back in the Vehicle Assembly Building. I almost forgot what we were going to do today, and then it came to me in a flash. But aside from that, today, if you recall, we will be taking a new spacecraft that is about to be designed up to the space station. Yeah, we're gonna be taking what's going to become the Minmus bussers, the ultralight Minmus landers. Now I need to design the ultralight Minmus lander, but I also need to design the structure that the landers are going to be transported up on. So we're going to take some modular girder segments, we're going to take some docking ports, or we could actually just use... No, that'll leave stuff. Let's get docking ports. Where are those? Those are under structure, right? No, those are under utility. There. No, I don't want 4, I want 3. There we go. Something like that, yeah. We've got to design the ship to attach to there first, and then we can design the rest of the launcher for this. So, they're going to be a one-man ship, so we're going to want the Mark 1 lander can. I'm just going to start tacking stuff onto the bottom of this. Mark 1 lander can, we're going to want... I don't think we need the ASAS. Quote very fast. But we need our engines to get down and back up. I'm going to tack that underneath. That looks like a little bit small, actually, is the word I was looking for. Are these fuel cross feed capable? Let's find out. It doesn't say it's not. I'm gonna assume it is. Are the Science Juniors also CrossFit capable? Those aren't Science Juniors. No more info. Okay, well, I assume they are as well, but I'm going to be putting them on top of the fuel tank. Anyways. I think it'd be very impractical to build 2-stage landers on this. Hold on. What if I put a radial fuel tank on this? What are the radial fuel tanks that we have? Oh, they're monoprop tanks. Never mind. Damn it. Look at these guys. They're round. Those aren't so useful now, are they? We don't have any of the hard points either. I think it'd be kind of silly building a rocket bigger than this anyways. What if I... I can do that. But again, I do think it would be kind of silly building a rocket that's wider than this one. No, I want that to go on the side. We didn't have the cubic octagonal struts either, did we? I can use these. These things are supposed to be small. What am I building? Can't... Oh my god. What is wrong with these things? These things are useless. These only want to attach to those nodes. What if I turn this sideways? Not that sideways, dummy. I really wish I could attach this sideways to something. I wish I had the radial attachment points, but I don't. It's kind of a shame. I wish I had any hard points. If I put this... No, you can't put this on the side either. Trying to think of things that I could tack something on to, but I haven't found anything yet. If I just use this, I'm trying to work on making my rockets more aesthetically pleasing. Oh, what? There we are. That's something. I'm not quite sure what yet, but it's something. Alright, let's, I always hit the wrong button when I'm trying to zoom in. Now, let's try and go directly up, will ya? No, I said directly up. I specifically asked this time. No, that's not helpful. Okay, never mind, we're gonna do it the other way around then, just because I can't get this stuff to line up right. Apparently I can't get it to line up right no matter what. Just because these things are jerks. Hold on, let's see... What's a better rocket? $300 and $350. That's a pretty good engine. But $300, $390. So we're going to be using this one. Let's get out the landing legs. Where are the landing legs? Those are in here. Have to make sure they extend correctly. Just checking to make sure which things those are attached to. Of course, this thing is not going to come back to Kerbin. Oh, we're going to need a docking port on that, of course. Like that. Oh, that means we need RZS as well. Oh, this thing is getting more and more complex. This is not good. The heavier I make this thing, the harder it's going to be to land. Alright, but we need the scientific instruments. So let's put on the accelerometer on this side. The graviola detector on this side. Try and put these at least close to the same spot. Use something as a reference, the base of the thing, for instance. Thermometer. Let's throw the thermometer there, because it weighs next to nothing. Now I can't see. Put a communitron opposite that just because. We're not going to need any of the vacuum things. The barometer won't do anything. Thermometers are at seismic, because we're landing, is good. Mystery goo. I have an idea for how to mount these. Yeah, like that. This thing is a nice compact package now. Hold on, I'm gonna decide to change my mind and put this over here by the window. And I placed two of them by accident. Put this over here by the window. Put this over here by the window as well. And leave the thermometer where it is. Oh no, wait, no. No idea for the thermometer. Put it on the back of this. Oh, we need a... Oh, wait, no we don't. I was gonna say we need a... I have no idea what I was gonna say now. I just totally lost it. Whatever, we needed something, but I decided against it. We need the RCS. RCS? We need the RCS jets, though. So, I'm going to put them somewhere. Here's the fuel for them. Yeah, I have no idea what I was going to say we needed. So that's 80 units of RCS fuel, right? That's not that much. Just going to be completely honest, I don't think that's enough. What I can do is... put it on quad. Okay, that should be definitely plenty. Let's grab... We need solar panels. Well, let's get some of these. Oh, wait, we need 2 of those. Wait. I want 2 symmetry. How come I didn't get a second one? Okay. I'm gonna need batteries. Because electronic. Okay, this thing is looking worse and worse, but it's getting better and better. The thing I said, oh, we need this, and then decided no, and I've just decided yes again, is a ladder. Because just in case all goes to hell, we're gonna want a ladder. Ladder is a utility. Not those kind of ladders. Although we could, but it wouldn't be as useful as like an actual extended ladder. Let's get a standard size, not a smallsy. I hope that works, actually. I'm always worried about if I misplace a ladder. That doesn't look good at all. And that's just as bad as it was before. How lovely. There. That should work perfectly fine. Where's the center of mass on this guy? Right near the middle. I'm not worried about it being off. We need the RCS jets now. As much as I hate the jets. Okay, new places for these guys as well. Let's go on not angle snap, so that I can place these up against the side here instead of... I learned that the other day. Just off the forum, someone was talking about they couldn't get something to be where they wanted it to be, and it would always hover at an awkward place kind of above the surface. And someone recommended turning off angle snap. So I've been doing that lately, it's worked pretty well. Okay, where's the other ones? Okay, what I need to figure out is exactly where the center of mass is on this thing. Just this assembly. What I've got to do is attach something that's negligible in weight. Or attach something to both ends. So let's throw an inline stabilizer and another inline stabilizer and figure out what the center of mass is. It's right where I figured it would be. That's that. That means I can't line these up very well unless I do something funny. Funny? Do something funny. One there, and one there. That's right, it should line up. No, it doesn't actually. Well, let's figure out what to line this up so that these guys are not off kilter. I almost wish I could do this in a program more akin to 3D drafting. But oh well. Alright, let's pull the stabilizers off again. And build our whole spacecraft again. So we got the Stay Putnik. This was a Mark II. We need the battery again. These batteries. We're gonna need... Hold on, actually. I'm gonna save this as a sub-assembly. Just light lander. Alright, everything for no atmosphere environment. The reason I wrote it that way is because I feel like I'll definitely be using those landers in the future. Alright, I'm gonna grab... What was the... The busser that I sent with the fuel tank, was it? I need to figure out which one had the nice good busser, because I'm gonna attach that to the top of this rocket. Yeah, it was this. Okay, I'm gonna name this Nice Busser. Low Rust, low ISP. But nice. Let's see. Alright, and let's go make a new thing again. We're gonna need both of those, but we're gonna need them attached to something. So that's something will be... Because I'm feeling pissy about the way I do this, I'm just gonna use a fuselage. Move this up here and attach another one to it, just to make it look good. Now I can do this one of two ways. You can do it this way. I attach the things out, attach docking ports to them. Or, well... What did I just use these guys? Wrong way. That. And then I could attach these guys to the bottom of it, which actually wouldn't be so bad. Let's grab some docking ports and flip them upside down. And get the bussers. They should be in sub-assemblies. And a slight lander. That's actually not bad. Alright, let's get another... Whoa, hold on a minute. Ellis, why are you using structural fuselages for something that needs to propel itself? Get a freaking fuel tank, dummy. This guy. Yeah. Oh guy. Now let's get this. Grab some tri-symmetry there. Oh, for goodness sake. Place. No. Yes. And now let's get a 45, because we're going to need the thrust for carrying these things around. I'm also gonna get... Oh, do we have I-beams yet? No, we don't. Oh, well. I'm gonna use these things in that case. What I'm doing with these is I'm going to do something. We should attach another docking port to the bottom. Oh, I'll do that. Hold on. Because we can use the busser to move these things around. What I'll do is, I'll get a decoupler. I know I'm overcomplicating this, just bear with me here. I'll get a decoupler. A round one. Like that. And I'm going to take a docking port. A shielded one, perhaps, just to make it look nice. Those are in utility, Ellis. No, let's just do that. Oh, what happened here? Let's go to segment back. Alright, also what I'm going to do, and just to cap off the top here, I'll make it look a little bit better by doing this. I'm going to get one of the really big RCS tanks. What is even happening right now? I don't get where I'm trying to place these. No. Hold on. Let me try and place these as close to the top as I can. And then put this thing like that. There we go. That's better. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. So we've got these docking ports on here. We've got these things, which I'm only going to use so that I can strut down the tanks here. So let me do that. I'm sure you're well aware that we're not going to Minmus this episode. Click. This is one of the few series, I will say, this is one of the few series where I can actually see how long I've been going very easily, because it's at the top of the screen for me. Alright. Let me tie these things to each other as well. And we're just going to break out the LPL attached to the bottom of this, and we're going to go. After, of course, I put the... whatchamacallit, after I put the RCS jets on this. This assemblage. What I need to do is throw a RC thing. Well, first I need an ASAS module. Throw a remote control unit on the top here. That doesn't look good at all. Alright, let's get... Essentially, I don't need to over-design this thing now. Essentially, it can be dead in the water as soon as... Oh wait, I was gonna put a busser on top of dirt. Busser. Okay, we need a docking port on top then. Wait. Why do we need a busser? These things have their own RCS. I'm sure you guys were waiting for me to realize that. This thing is just going to be a big, ugly fuel tank when I'm done with it. What was I trying to put on the top of that? It's just going to be another piece of the space station that we can jettison as soon as it's all done with its life. Need the control. This time we need 4. No, we needed 4. For the next ones, we're gonna need 3. Like there. Like there. And there. For example. And of course we have the RCS on these things. Okay, so we need to add the LPL on the bottom of this. So let's... Oh wait, this thing comes with its own decoupler. So we're going to grab the better LPL, light payload launcher, and stick it on the bottom here. Make sure it's not in the ground at all. And as always, attach the struts in a very uncoordinated fashion to the bottom of these pieces. I'm going to try not to connect anything directly to the bussers this time. Of course, when I do that... Oh wait, no, these guys are 3 symmetry. Oh, the entire rocket is 3 symmetry. That's perfect. Almost never had that happen. I like to do 4 symmetry these days. But when you get the tricoupler at the beginning, it's kind of tough to not do 3 right off the bat. Hopefully this stays stable throughout the entire flight. If it doesn't, we're going to have some issues. Oh, what I can do, actually, just one more thing. We don't have the advanced cannons yet, but I can throw some winglets here. Let's slap some more solar panels and batteries on this thing. That looks very awkward. Like, that's fine. And some batteries, of course. Just the lower ones is fine. Batman! You should be able to... Never mind. I was trying to read something on the side of there and I couldn't figure out what it was, so I gave up. Alright, so this is the MLP. No, I'm not using the acronym. The MTLP 1. The same as something silly. Maybe that's not so silly. But it's the Minmus Tri-Lander Payload. There we go. Save. Alright, we need to check the staging on all this up until right there. These engines, these 3, are not supposed to be on any... They're not ever supposed to fire. At least not on... He was very careful not to hit exit there. There's a cat at my feet again. Alright, we're also going to load these lander cans. because good. Alright, also need to throw in the action groups here for the solar panels. They're going to be 9 again, as they always are. Oh, whoops. I'm talking... Custom 9. Toggle the panels. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Toggle 8. I should make an 8 toggle, and it should be, like, shut down things. But, currently 9 and 3 and 4 are the only ones that I usually use. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are for shutting down auxiliary engines. 1 and 2 are for backwards and forwards engines if I have them. And, of course, I use abort occasionally, but not usually. And custom... 9, of course, is for solar panels. Alright, let's just make sure all of our crew are still aboard. They haven't ran off. Launch! No, just sitting here waiting through the loading screen. I said so little I could have cut that out and never worried about it, but... oh well. This thing definitely needs more of the landing clamps, or the launch clamps. Because it's very awkward. Alright, so we're gonna need this thing... to be, you know, over here somewhere. I should have boosted ComSat way more. Does it still have a auto probe on it? Because, well, I could change its orbit even more. I don't know how many parts this is. I didn't actually check. I can check actually in here. Info. 373. That's not as many as I've had before, but it's still quite hefty. Alright. I don't actually need to throttle up, as you guys know. Bill Kerman is the head of this mission. Alright, I was a little bit spun around when we started here. Go from here. That's better. Always check where you're controlling from at the beginning of a mission. I assume I'm controlling from Camney's or Bill's seat. So in one of these cockpits, which is rotated slightly. Yeah. Alright, so... little anecdote here. Last night, I was very tired and suddenly had the inkling to play KSP, but I didn't. There we go, that's my entire anecdote. The real point of that was, I was going to record this last night, but I would have been very tired, and may have screwed this up. I mean, to say the launch is going quite well is kind of early right now, because we haven't even ditched the solid fuels. And we all know there's no Separatrons at all on this ship. It would have made it... I mean, it would have made the part count higher, but also would have made this remarkably safer. Although, to date, as far as I remember, this thing has an impeccable record. At least with not smashing into itself upon staging. I mean, some of the Moon Crashers, maybe not the ones I recorded, but some of them may have had issues. I don't remember if they did or not. I don't think they did. But we're slowing down quite readily. I did have an idea. I was going to take the fuel out of these tanks with the... what the hell was that? I was going to take the fuel out of the tanks with... how far away are those? Oh, so we still could have heard them if they smashed into one another. Take the fuel out of the tanks using the tweakables and then put it back in from the middle stage, which we probably would have had extra fuel in, because we almost always do. What I'm going to do is try and use RCS as much as I can to keep this thing stable. But we don't actually need to right now because this thing is quite stable, and we're controlling it, we're steering it from the front here with these... Oh, I didn't realize those were tweakables. Very nice. Oh, there goes that stage. I actually had to hit spacebar twice. It didn't want to go the first time. I was getting very worried. So here we are, 1 minute into the mission. What is that? Oh, it's the derp ship debris. I'll always see that and wonder what it is. Those kinds of things that I never feel like cleaning up, and feel like I shouldn't, because they're part of history on this. Oh, I didn't add lights. Damn it. I really hope I don't have to do any docking on the dark side of Kerbin. I feel like we are making serious progress with what we're doing here. B9 still hasn't been updated anyway, so it's not like I'm sitting here waiting, twiddling my thumbs to get onto the modded series. If I really wanted to do that, I just would have. I would have said, let's go do that. But I want everything to be updated, and it looks like people are now aiming for 0.24, especially with remote tech as well, which was a big part of what I was using. And I love remote tech also. It's one of those things that, it makes it imperative that you set up a satellite network, which I find really, really cool. When I'd get bored, I'd just do launches, like a bunch of satellite launches, one after the next, in my remote tech world, or my modded world, modded save. Derp ship. The ship almost looks conventional until you look right here. Because it has the standard kind of nose cone looking thing. But it's definitely not standard. If I could fit all these under a fairing, that'd have been really cool. But, of course, not only do I not have fairings, I couldn't have. I might have been able to snag it with a 3.5 meter, I guess. I never even got to the point where I would have unlocked those, though. Are things that we've left behind, 6 pieces of debris that are going to fall back to the planet Kerbin, and we are on our way into low Kerbin orbit. At what point does low orbit end? I know there's plenty of you out there that are going to be able to figure that one out. You'll probably Google it. I just don't know off the top of my head. I'll probably know by the next recording because I'm going to get bored and look it up. But I'm asking you guys this. I'll probably know by the time this video goes up. But it doesn't matter, answer it anyways. I'm testing your knowledge. Test your might. Oh no, that's gonna be a chore. The mission today, next week is gonna be all of the shuffling around things at the space station. This week is just going to be getting this thing into orbit and getting it docked to the station. If I can do docking from here in 20 minutes, that will be ideal. And of course, I don't mind. What also I have to design is a ship to take crew members. Now, I have no idea how to make a space plane. I haven't gotten the first inkling of an idea of how to make a space plane, but eventually I'll figure it out and then I'll start using them. Start using them for shuttles up and down. I don't have rapiers yet, I don't think. We're really close enough that it's telling me to do that? Huh. We're changing our descending node as well. Let's just move this down to speed up that process. When this hits 150, I'm just going to cut the engines and coast to Aquaps. 9, 4, 1, 2. No, let me see that. Okay, well, on the bright side. Oh, wow. Almost nailed it. On the bright side, I was going to say, I almost nailed that as well. So, let's see what kind of burn it's going to take to normalize our orbit. Or, well, to put us into an even orbit. Oh, I was getting a good intercept there. That's a good burn. For a brick, he flew pretty good. Shout out to Sergeant Johnson. Alright, so I'm gonna spin this guy over here. Come on, come on. Come on, you wobbly nut. Get me into place. Really wish I had stuck some RCS jets on the rear of the fuel tank here. That would have made things easier. But that would have been the one time that an assembly was fully dependent on another part of said assembly for anything. Maybe not the first time, but it would have been the first time in a long time. And the first time that I'm taking note of it. 1 minute. 30 seconds. What I mean by that is that it would not have... Better have enough for a 10-second burn on these tanks, and then I'm going to discard them. Damn it. Alright, next stage. Let's get rid of that. Probably screwed up our... Oh wow, it made it way better. Okay then. Now where's our target? This actually looks like a cool kind of spaceship. If I'd replace this with a nuke, it'd be a very, very purposeful ship, and probably be more than enough to take this thing out to, you know, that place that we're going, Minmus. Where is the space station? I don't know where it is. I saw it earlier. Is it above us? Yes. How far away is this debris? Oh, right. So this is... What is this debris from? Module. Okay. So we're 15 kilometers away. I'm gonna go find the... Okay, it's best to not use SAS when you're using RCS. It's fine using RCS when you're using SAS, even though SAS will slowly burn away your RCS because it's not perfect. But SAS, while you're trying to turn with RCS, will use up a hell of a lot of your RCS. Alright, let's get within a kilometer of this thing. There's Kerbin, and our intersect is over there. No matter what, the space station is going to have a big cloud of debris orbiting it because, well, unless I go out there and clean up with like a space fighter, that one of the things that Danny builds. Whoa, okay, there's your loading in lag right there. Now we're gonna have some our frame rate is gonna enter the dumps because we're in the land of pure inebriation. Okay, this is a very awkward way to turn your camera. So it says we're supposed to get within 6... Oh, geez, we're not in time warp. How do I manage to do that every single time? Maximum speed! Something like that. Alright. Now we need to get towards him. This way. So, this is why I'm glad we packed a lot of RCS. I always seem like I bring too much. And then I end up using up a ton on something stupid like the space station move the other day. Last week. I mean, I will say that was a lot of fun. Let's test our slowing speed. Wow, that's surprisingly fast. Basically on top of this thing. Intersect 0.0, it's like, hey, you're gonna smash into it. What is that? Oh, ComSat 2, duh. Should have known that. Something I need to show you guys as we careen towards this very large and expensive object. I'm actually not going to show you right now, and that's the reason why. But I'm going to get probably within 100 meters, and then I'm going to figure out what docking port I should tie this thing to. It needs to be open enough that I can move these guys around. I'm filling up stuff. I'm either going to have to start discarding things or bring up another hub. I know I have to discard the engine bell pretty soon. Because if I don't, I'm going to be tempted to move the entire space station again. And I don't want to do that. On the other hand, though, I should bring up... if I'm going to discard the engine bell, and if at any point I'm going to discard the mobile processing lab, I should bring up another one with docking ports on both sides, so that way I can attach something to both sides. And I won't bring an engine bell up with it. I'll bring some radial engines and then pull them off the sides later, or when I'm on my way on the final coast. If I had radial engines to detach right now, this is when I would do it. By the way, I should have mapped these to a hotkey. Maybe I should have mapped them to 3. I'm not at the point in time where I can answer a phone call. It looks like we're heading in towards an empty port. We'll figure that out when we get a little bit closer. This is our busser, I believe, right here. That is, of course, our engine bell. There's our tug. And on the other side, I don't actually know what that is. I don't remember what I put there. Oh, that's our fuel tank. Alright, continuing to slow down very carefully. Don't want to slam into anything. I wish I could retract these, or I should have attached them to decouplers. Because I don't want them whacking anything while we're on our way in. I just hit 8. Why did I hit 8? I'm moving at 1 meter per second towards our target. See if I can pick out a docking port. Yes! Perfect! Alright, so let's translate until we get our thing lined right up. With that. This is a nice looking ship, I will say. I pulled out all the stops on this guy. Still using electric charge of monoprop. Still moving in very slowly. Alright. So, we're going to dock this guy up, and then we're going to cut the episode there. Next week, the fiddling we're going to be doing is pulling all these guys' modules off, well, refilling their RCS tanks first. Pulling all their modules off, and attaching them to the great big busser, which is going to take us to the lovely land of mint desserts, otherwise known as Minmus. A port pointing right at us, how handy. And then we're going to have to empty something and discard it, because we're almost out of ports. I feel like we're going to manage to empty one of these great big RCS tanks at some point, though, especially with all the maneuvering we're going to be doing up here in the next few. The hitchhiker container is also going to be used for storing these astronauts, carbonauts, while they are docked here and awaiting their capsule's repair. Not repair, just reusability and viability status, because I don't want to keep them cooped up in their capsules. But I believe we need one more person in the mobile processing lab. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. The man who forgets. Alright. Tip on over. Rocket on over! You know what's funny? Whenever I rewatch my videos, which is actually kind of a seldomly done thing, I don't do it too often. But whenever I rewatch one of my videos, or I'm showing someone one of my videos, which happens a lot more often. Yes, I am shameless with this kind of thing. I tend to either call out, not loudly, but in my head, call out exactly when I'm going to sing and what I will sing. Or I will notice places where I'm like, oh, I could sing there, and then I don't. And I'll be like, why didn't I sing there? I'm going to slow down to 0.5 meter per second so that I can switch over to this, hit 9, and switch back. Don't want any accidents. we're on our way. Alright, so I need to keep that on course. At half of a meter per second, we are on our way in. Only got 5 minutes left in this episode at the most, before I decide to be like, oh, why did I make this episode so long? And we're almost there. I don't think it's going to take us 5 minutes to cover this distance. Everyone is very happy because they're almost at their destination. You know, I actually wonder what triggers that. I don't know this game's code, but I'd like to know what triggers that. The happiness or sadness or stuff. I've got my hands ready on the keys, trying to keep everything all stable and set, so that we have a nice, easy docking. I feel like I should be coming in faster, actually, but this is a very nice, sedate docking pace. Almost there, almost at the target. Ready to park the Scientologist in its new home for all time because it's not coming back to Earth. Kerbin. What I do need to do, however, again, is make a busser of sorts that can take Kerbinauts off the ground. On Kerbin, bring them up, dock them, and put them back. Actually, the easiest thing to do regarding that might just be to swap one of these fuel tank things out for a hitchhiker container and put some parachutes on it. Or maybe a 3-man capsule. I'm not sure if you can put science in a hitchhiker pod. Roll. I was about to hit the, I was worried about hitting the solar panel. I would have, too. I was worried about hitting the solar panel with this, so at the last moment I decided to, abort that. If I do... Kind of worried about those guys slamming into one another. How come that one didn't extend? Great, some of these are faulty. I'm sure they all work. But what I'm saying is they aren't all responding to the command. At least one on each is responding to the command. I've got these lights. Yay. So we have over 10,000 units of electric charge on here, which is impressive to say the least. Because, well, that's just a lot of power. And we don't even have the bigger battery banks. And we're about to go into the Kerbin night. So as the light fades away, and we're left with only the twinklings of the lights on this gigantic space station. Not really gigantic, but this space station. I bid you adieu. Actually, don't yet. What I want to do, I want to discard this tank. No, I won't. I'll do that next episode. Next episode is a dedicated to doing things in the space station episode. We're gonna have to bring up empty fuel cans because I want to ditch this thing. I have to bring up empty fuel cans and a person thingy, a thing for moving people. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Train Man out.